In this video, I am going to show you how to install Auto GPT on your computer locally. Auto GPT is basically GPT-4 in fully autonomous mode. So, which means that when you define some goals and assign those goals to Auto GPT, it will try to achieve those goals by running bunch of commands from your computer in the background. And if it faces any issues, it will try to also solve those issues on its own, and then at the end it will deliver you the goals. Now we will go ahead and first download the code. I have here GitHub page open for Auto GPT, and we can download the code from by clicking this button here. We have two options. One is to download the code by just clicking download zip button, or the second option is to copy this link and then clone it by running git clone command from our command prompt. So in this case, I will just going to download it by just clicking here download zip button. Since I've already downloaded it, so I will not going to do that again. You can go ahead and download it, and then you can move it to a directory or a desired location on your computer where you want to have your project and all the associated files stored. In my case, I have it moved to the folder in my C drives: C users, fetchbook, auto GPT, auto-GPT-master. Now we also, in the next step, we need to install Python. The version which we need is 3.8 or any later version. There are two ways to install Python. One is just to follow this link and download the Python from the link on this page and install it on your computer. And the second method is to create a conda environment and then use that conda environment to install Python. I'm going to use the second option, which is the conda environment option. In order to do so, first we have to install Anaconda on Windows. So for that, we need to go to this link here, and then we have to follow the instructions on this page to download and install Anaconda on our computer. Since I have already done that, so I'm not going to do it again, but you can go ahead and download and install Anaconda on your computer. Once you have installed Anaconda on your computer, the next step, go ahead and type in the Windows search bar Anaconda, and you will see Anaconda prompt here. Just click on it and open it. Now we have Anaconda prompt opened. This is similar to Windows command prompt. Now we will create conda environment, and the command which we need is the following: conda space create space -n space the name of the environment. You can call it whatever you want. In my case, I'm just going to say Auto GPT _ new. This is the name of the environment, conda environment, and then space Python equal to 3.10.6. This is the version of Python which we will going to install in this environment. And now I'm going to press enter. Now it's asking me to whether should it proceed with the installation. Of course, we'll see yes, and for that we need to type Y and then press enter, and then it has started installation. Now it has already installed, created the conda environment. Now we can activate this environment. In order to do so, we have to type this following command: conda space activate space auto GPT underscore new. This will activate the conda environment which we have just created. So I will just press enter now, and now you can see here it says auto GPT underscore new in the brackets. This means that now we have switched to this conda environment which we have just created. Now we have to go to the drive or the location of our computer where we have our Auto GPT code stored. In my case, I have, after downloading it and unzipping it, I have put it in my C drive under users, fetchbook, Auto GPT, auto-GPT-master. So now I'm going to go to this location from my Anaconda prompt. So I'm already here in C users fetchbook. I'm already here, so I will have to now go to Auto GPT and then auto-GPT-master. So in order to do so, I have to type cd then space auto GPT and then backslash auto-GPT-master, and when I press enter, now I am in the same folder where I have my Auto GPT code stored. So you have to be careful. In your case, you have to make sure that it's in the right directory, in the directory where you have stored or put your GPT code. So now we will have to install the dependencies which are required to run Auto GPT on our computer. The command for that is we will find on the GitHub page. So we go to the point where we have here. It says pip space install space -r space requirements.txt. We're going to copy that by clicking here, and then we will go ahead and paste it, and then we'll press enter. It will install all the required dependencies on our computer. Since I have already done so I'm not going to do that, but you can go ahead and press enter and install the dependencies. Now we have to go back to the folder where we have our code stored, and then we will have to open this file called env.tempelate. We can use it, we can open it with any text editor. In my case, I'm going to use Notepad++, but you can use it, you can open it also in Notepad. So I'm just going to press click, and then we have here we have to enter the API keys, a bunch of API keys basically. So first one which we need is OpenAI API key, and we will have to put it basically here where it says equal to OpenAI underscore API underscore key is equal to. Here you have to paste your API key. And so for that we have to go to OpenAI page where we have our API key. So now here, this is basically under your account, then API-keys. You can find it here, and then you have to, if you don't have any API key created, you can just click here and create one. You can call it whatever you like, test key, because I already have created, so I'm just going to give it a random name. You can call it Auto GPT key or whatever. Then you have this here. This is the key. You copy it, and then you go back to this file, and then you paste it here. You paste it here, and that's your key. You can, and then you save it by pressing Control C. So that's your API key, OpenAI API key. Now it says here optional Pinecone API key. If you want, you can also enter this key. We can go ahead, and in my case, after I log in, if you don't have an account, you can create an account. It's for free. Then you can press API key, and then here you can copy it's hidden. So if you press show me the key, or you can just copy the key after you create the key. Of course, you can press here to create the key, and that is the value. You can copy it, and then you can paste it in when you go back to this file, and then you can paste it here. And then also you will have to paste your Pinecone environment here. So here, which is in your case will be here under environment. So you copy this here, and then you paste this thing here, and then you save it. And then if you want to have AI to speak like with a voice, then you can also create this key. It's called 11 labs key. And then you can put that key in this file, although if you go all the way to the bottom, and then you can put the key here, and then you save it, and then that's your that are the keys you have to put there in this file. One thing you have to keep in mind, that OpenAPI is key will only work if you have set up a paid account. And also you need to be careful, because this when you run the GPT, Auto GPT, it could be costly. The usage could be quite high, so you have to be careful. So you have to keep in mind how much cost you are incurring while you're using it. So you have to keep a close eye on that. Yes, so then you also need, in my case, at least in my case, although it says here it's optional, but in my case I also need it to put Google API key in the same file here, and it says Google, and then it says Google underscore API underscore key. Here you have to put your API key, and you also have to put the custom search engine ID here. So you need two things. If you follow these instructions here, you will find you can create the key, API key, and then you will also create this custom search engine ID. You will have this custom search engine ID there. You can copy those two values and then paste here, key here, and custom search engine ID here, these two values, and then you save this file, and then you are basically pretty much all set to go. Yeah, so now in the next step we will basically rename the file .env.tempelate to just .env, like so. So now we will going to run the Auto GPT. In order to run this Auto GPT, we have to type this following command: is python space scripts /main.py. We just copy paste this part here, copy it, and then we'll paste it in our Anaconda prompt, and then we will just gonna press enter. Since I have already done something before, so I have some agent already created, so it's asking me just to use that or create a new one. So let's just say, in my case, I'm just gonna say no and then press enter. So now it's asking me to enter the name of your AI. For example, entrepreneur-GPT. So let's call it my GPT-GPT. So let's give it a name, my GPT. So now it's saying assign a role. What will be the role of this AI? So an example is, for example, it's saying that an AI designed to autonomously develop and run businesses with the sole goal of increasing your net worth. So that's an example. So in our case, what would we like our AI to do? In our case, we will have to define our role. So let's say our AI will, an AI that will search the web to find Bitcoin versus Dogecoin price last week. I'm just giving some role. I mean, it's just for testing, so you can of course assign some advanced roles or whatever you want to assign. So just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to ask something simple, and then I'm just going to, so this is the role I assigned, an AI that will search the web and find Bitcoin versus Dogecoin price last week. And the name of this AI I have already assigned my-GPT. Now I'm just going to press enter. Now it's asking me to set the goals. So I will divide this into goals. Okay, so search the web for Bitcoin and Dogecoin prices. Compare the prices for last week. Save them in a file, and since I don't have any fourth goal, I will just press enter again. So now it's starting to work on those goals. Okay, now it's telling me what it will gonna do next. So it says that I will use Google to search for Bitcoin and Dogecoin prices last week. I will then save them in a file for later use. And now it's also showing me what's the plan, and then it's asking me to say yes to go ahead. So it's asking my permission to go ahead with the plan. So I will just type Y so that it can go ahead. And now it is basically, we can see what's happening here. The command Google returns, so it's running the command on the Google, searching some different websites which are related to the Bitcoin or Dogecoin. And now it has basically second step. It says that it's want to proceed is that I think I should visit some of the websites from the Google search to get the historical prices and then save them in a file. But there are many sources in Google search, so I need to prioritize the sources depending on their reliability and relevancy. I will use the browse_website command to visit them in descending order of relevance, and then I will scrape the data to save it to a file. And then it's also saying something reasoning. So I need to prioritize the sources of the Google search to ensure that I get the most relevant and accurate information. Visiting the website will also allow me to confirm my inaccuracies that could arise in Google search and then write correct information to the file. I will use the browse_website command to visit the web page and retrieve the information stored in a file for future use. So yeah, I mean, it's now asking me to allow him to go to the next step. So again, I have to type Y and then I have to press enter. So it's still not done yet, and still trying to get the historical data on Bitcoin and Dogecoin prices. I'm going to stop it here now, because the idea of this video was to show you how to install Auto GPT on your computer. So I will make another video and then I will update you on how to use it, how to run it. So thank you very much for watching. Please, if you find it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye.